everyone, it's Ashley with Going Crochet, and I'm here to give you an intro of what this video is about. And if you didn't notice on the thumbnail, it is another market vlog. This is a fall market that I love doing each and every year. I think this is my third or fourth year that I have done this market. And so now I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the footage I have. I am actually filming the outro to this video, and so I just came on to give you an intro. You'll see me back here at the end, so see you then. So I got one of my birthday presents, and it's these bags. So they're the same bags that I use already for my markets, for my plushies, but I wanted to switch over to clear bags. And so I asked for them for my birthday, since it wasn't a necessary purchase for me to make, since I do already have a storage option available to me. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over all of these. I'm going to switch over my plushies into these guys, which I'm really excited for. So as you can see, I have 3 bags here with plushies. This is the broken bag that I will have to just get rid of because the zipper has been broken forever. And this is one of the bags that I have switched over a bunch of my plushies in to test out to see how it works. And I really like it. You can see all of the plushies in there, and it's the same size as those bags. So now I have all of these, and I think it came with like 8 of those. So I'm gonna have way more bags than I need, which is awesome. But yeah, I was using these 4 bags. I do have another one of these bags in a dark green color that I don't know where it is right now, to be honest. But yeah, I'll have all of these now, and these will go for household items or whatever that I want to store. Through. I can see I have a pigeon in there, I have a snowman in there, I have my Valentina doll, a dinosaur, a stingray. I know exactly what's in there because I can see them even though they're zipped up, which is really awesome and will be really helpful for when I'm at a market and I have overflow and I can just pull the bag out and be able to see what's in there without having to like rifle through it. So that's very good, positive for me. Another thing that's really cool about these bags compared to these ones I had, these ones were side and then all the way across the top, which was kind of annoying to get into, where these ones, their zip is all the way at the top. So all I have to do is close the top and zip the top, and it won't make the whole plushie bag fall apart when I have to unzip it to get into it, because I don't have that side zipper that will make it all messy. So yay! guys, so as you have seen from my clip I just placed, I had a few things missing from my inventory. I was low on my tiny birds mostly, and so actually I knew I needed to make some of those, and so I started making some tiny birds this morning. And I have continued since I got home from setting up for the market. Let me show you guys what I have so far. So I made 3 little flamingos. This wasn't actually, where's the third one? Oh, hold on. So I made 3 tiny flamingos. Don't mind Tracker just staring at me right now. This wasn't actually one of the mods, but I thought, why not make it a mod? Because I had pink yarn and cute tiny birds playing anyway. So I made 3 little flamingos, and then I made 3 tiny chicks, and I have 2 penguins because I did have a 1 penguin left over from my last market. I did not get any mallards done. I don't think I will tonight because it's currently 10 p.m. and I'm pretty tired. And yeah, so I'm probably not going to get any more tiny birds done for this particular market, but I will definitely have a plan to make some mallards for the next one and then restock whatever ones I sell tomorrow if I sell any. Also, what I have made today, I just finished making a loaf kitty because I don't have any like black loaf cats. I think I only have 3 or 4 loaf cats. I have also made, hi Tracker wants my attention. I have also made 2 spiders, and this is in the Mystical Yarn Charcoal. It's the same color as I made the cat. And so I have 2 spiders made, and I have the shell of a body made for a third one. I just have to put the eyes in, stuff it, and sew it together. And so that is everything I have made so far today. I probably will stay up a little bit longer, make a couple more spiders, maybe another loaf cat tonight in a different yarn. And I will let you guys know what I end up doing and share that with you maybe in the morning, maybe late tonight. This is what Tracker does when he wants attention. He puts his arms up and asks me to pet him. Hi. Hi. Yes. Okay. I gotta go give Tracker some attention, obviously, and I will talk to you guys later. Good morning, everyone. It is market day, and I wanted to show you what I got done after I filmed last night. I made this kitty this morning. I made this kitty last night, and then I made 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 spiders. So I got a lot of inventory done with my yarn last night. I packed some yarn up. I'm ready to go. I have my cooler and my yarn ready to go. I'm actually running a little bit behind, so I am going to go ahead, pack these up, and head to the market. So as you can see here, I added the loaf kitty box because I hadn't brought that the night before, just filling out that space. And I also brought this stand so that I could put my mystery bags on top of something because they were on the floor the night before. And that's the beauty of doing set up the night before. You can see where you need to fill in space or edit in any way. I also filled in some spots on this table just to make it a little bit fuller. I took some of my overflow from underneath the table and filled this all in. I was also able to add the tiny birds to my booth, so that filled out that basket nicely. And I got a gift card to Dunkin' for my birthday, so I got myself a Dunkin' refresher because I haven't had one for a long time. Make number 1 of the day, a little loaf kitty. It's a lot to look at. Awesome. Perfect. What's the price on it? Okay, perfect. You're all set. Enjoy. They're mystery Halloween. So it's a Halloween themed crocheted item. But you don't know what you're getting. Those are just mystery crocheted items. They're not themed. They're just random. Thank you. Mix number 2 and 3 for the day.
Or wait, yeah.
It's a little baby cow. Little baby cow.
You got this one last.
She's like, eh. What do you see? Oh, a baby elephant.
An elephant?
I'll take one of everything.
Literally.
Aww.
The panda.
The panda. It's definitely the panda. Aww, that reaction.
He just started liking Steffi 3 months later.
Aw. So now he's gonna get stalked with them, yes. Oh, that would be so cute. They'll have a little safari. Yes. Project number 4 done for the day. Project number 5 and project number 6 done for the day. Now it's time to pack up. So I am back from my market, and unfortunately it was not as busy as I was hoping it was going to be. You can probably see that based off of the lack of customer interaction I had. It was very quiet. It was a very quiet market. I also had low interaction because I was sitting right next to another vendor. She was literally right next to me, and I didn't want to accidentally film her. And so it was really difficult for me to get some good footage. And that is also why I always was holding the camera and walking away from my booth when I was showing you guys the majority of the makes I made. He is a vendor friend of mine. We've been doing markets and have gotten to know each other throughout the past couple of years. So it was really nice to be able to sit next to her, and we got to chat most of the time, which made the time go by a lot faster. And we were both doing our own crafts while we were there. I was crocheting and she was embroidering while we were sitting there together. So that was a lot of fun. I did actually buy a pen from her. I thought this was just the funniest pen. So it's a dumpster fire. It says, I'm fine, everything is fine. And so I thought that was so cute. She had multiple colors. I asked Owen what color I should get, and he told me to get the red one. So I got the red one. So I've been using this pen all day long since I got it from her booth. So that was a fun little purchase. I don't usually make very many purchases during markets because I can't walk around and check out what's going on because I'm by myself. But since it was at her booth and it was quiet, I was like looking through all her things, and I found that pen. And so I just had to get the pen because it was so cute. And yeah, so other things about the market, like I said, it was slow. I checked from last year and it was quite a bit slower than last year. I did much better at last year's event at the same place. But I feel like that's been the trend for most of the events I've been going to this year. They have been a lot slower. Not as many people either showing up or buying. There might be people walking around, but they're not buying as much, I guess. Or I guess there's not as many people coming through. It was a holiday weekend. It's Columbus Day weekend, Canadian Thanksgiving. So I feel like maybe that is also another reason why it didn't do as well, because people might be traveling I did get to see a bunch of offender friends and just, you know, see a lot of people that I know local to that area. That's one of the reasons I like going to this market every year, multiple times a year. This market, I do a fall and a spring show and sometimes a summer show if I can make it, if I'm not busy doing something else. And I did go to both the spring and summer show this year. And so this fall show is finishing it out. I really love it because I know a lot of the people that come through. And so I get to see everyone and we'll sometimes stop and chat. So that's really fun. So I did try to switch up my packing skills this time. So not only did I switch up my bags, so I have my clear bags now, which makes it a lot easier for me to be able to see what's inside. And I really did like that. I also switched up my signage. Instead of the chalkboard signs, I have my printed signs, and I feel like you can see a lot better prices more from a distance as well. So I think that is helpful for the people that are looking for prices. Is a lot clearer for them to be able to see. And I also switched up how I packed my vehicle. So instead of putting all of my plushies on top of my table and my shelving units and all of that, I put the plushies down below and then I stacked everything else on top. So I was able to set my booth up a lot easier because I could take my tables, put my tables where I needed them to be able to take my plushies out of the car after and put them on top of the tables. And so I feel like that made a setup a lot easier and also makes tear down a lot easier because I'm able to tear everything down and I don't have to wait to take everything off before I bring it out to my car if I want to, because I can fill a couple bags of plushies, bring those out to the car, come back in and finish working on tearing down. So I think that is the way I'm going to do it for now on. But now I know you guys want to know what were the best sellers and what were not so great sellers. So you can go ahead and add down below what you think the best sellers were, what you think the best seller was, and what you think the not so good seller was. And then I will let you know. I will give you the top 3 best, and then I will give you 3 of the no-goes. Okay, I think you've had enough time to put in your answers. So now I am going to tell you, number 1 seller was my tiny turtles. Those are the $4 turtles. I feel like it's because of the price point that they go so quick and they are really cute. And so I ended up selling 5 of those tiny turtles. And then the second place was tied so second and third are a tie. So my tiny birds, those are like my little penguins, mallards, flamingos, chicks. This time it was the penguins, chicks, and flamingos. I had 3 of each, and all 3 of the penguins went and none of the others. The chicks and the flamingos didn't go, but the penguins did. So I did 3 tiny birds, and then I also did 3 of the mini chickens. So they look like, you know, the little Mabel chicken, but they're not Mabel chicken pattern, but they're like just mini little chickens. So all of those items are under a $10 price mark. The highest of those is $6. And so I think that is definitely the reason why they sold so well, is because of the lower price point. And that's why I always think it's important to have lower price point items and then have, you know, multiples of little things to kind of play around with and pick through. I don't mind making the little mini things. I think it's fun. And so I don't mind doing that. And then I sold 0 spiders. And I think one of the reasons I sold 0 spiders is because I made a bunch of spiders last night. I was up until midnight making spiders. And I think that's probably, I just jinxed myself. And so I sold 0 spiders, which is funny because I thought October would be the prime time to buy spiders, but I guess that's not the case at this market. And I sold 0 leggy frogs, And I sold 0 pickles, but I also didn't sell any pickles at my last market either. So I don't know. I think I jinxed myself with the pickles also because I said before I started all of these markets that I always sell at least pickle at every single market, and now I can't seem to sell a pickle. I know a couple other crocheters that were there had emotional support pickles and potatoes and all of the emotional support arena, and so that might be why mine didn't sell, is because they had bigger, more options at another booth. There were, I think, 4 or 5 other crocheters there that were doing plushies. I'm not quite sure. This location, we are spread out quite a bit, and she's really good at keeping us all separate so we're not sitting on top of each other, which is nice. And so you don't have to sit right next to your competition, which makes it a little bit more easy. I did hear one person say, wow, these are awful popular nowadays, aren't they? But that was the only comment I had heard, kind of in the negative way. But yeah, that is everything I had to tell you guys. And so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I do have another market coming up next weekend. It's a 2-day event. It should be a big one. It's one of the bigger ones that I did last year, that I had tried to get into it for a couple of years, and I finally got into it last year, and so I'm doing that one again this year. But yeah, that is everything I have for you guys today. I'll bring you another market very soon, and I will see you guys all on the next one. If there's anything you would like to see me do different for a market vlog, let me know, and maybe I could add that to one of my markets for you guys for next time. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.